Hi guys, I'm Rick. Welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm making cheese in my pressure smoker. And by the way, happy 4th of July. Alright, you might be asking what's a pressure smoker? Well, what it is, it's a pressure cooker that can also smoke food. And it comes with this little rack that holds several different items. And this model here is a 5-quart. It'll hold up to 4 pounds of meat, which is kind of a downside because if you want to do a chicken, you can only do a 4-pound chicken. And you can use this as a smoker. It has hot and cold smoke, and it also has pressure cooking abilities. And today we're going to be doing a cold smoke because it's cheese. And the way this works is there's a probe in there that goes inside of this little container right through it, and you put your wood chips in there. I use this once now since I have it, and it infuses your food with smoke. Alright, I'm starting out here with a 1-pound block of Colby cheese, and it's best if you use a mild cheese because you really taste the smoke flavor. Now I could put this in there whole, but it would take longer and it wouldn't absorb the smoke flavor as good. So I'm going to cut this in half, make smaller pieces so I can get the most coverage of that smoke on this cheese. And after I cut this in half, then I'm going to cut the halves up into strips. Probably about 5 or 6 strips each. And like I said, what this will do is this will allow that smoke to cover more surface area, and with it being thinner, the smoke will soak in deeper into the cheese. Now this piece here is a little thicker than the other half, so I'm going to cut it and probably get more out of this than the other half. And this cheese will be done in 10 minutes in a pressure smoker versus out back in your traditional smoker. That might take a half hour to an hour. Alright, now that I have my cheese all sliced up, I'm going to load on this little rack. And I'm going to try to get as much on each rack as I can. I'm putting thicker pieces on the bottom because that's closer to the little smoke burner. And when this is done, it'll be really smoky. It'll taste like it went for hours. Right now, let me put in another rack. And even though this is a pressure cooker, I am not using any pressure for this. It's just cold smoke. It's just that wood in there burning. If you do something like chicken or ribs or something like that, you would have to use pressure. You'd have to use a hot smoke to cook it. And that would also use the pressure port of this. Or like I said, you can just use it as a regular pressure cooker to cook soups, stews, stuff like that in. So it's a really handy little gadget. And I will be putting a link on the bottom where I bought if anybody's interested. I got it at Walmart for $119. That's about the cheapest I found it because it goes upwards of $250 depending on where you buy it. And they also have a 7-quart model. That's considerably more. That starts at $250 and works its way up over $300. I don't understand why it'd be so much more for 2 more quarts, but it is what it is. Okay, now I'm going to put my wood in the little smoke container. Try to do this so you can see. I'm going to slide this over this probe in here. This is what gets hot and makes that wood smoke. And then I have it over there. I'm going to load the wood in. I'm just putting little shavings in there. Whoops. And I have a few chunks of wood here, chips. I'm just going to load them in there. And it don't take a lot. That's about 4 wood chips and a few little slivers of wood. Now I'm going to put the cover on. Alright, now that that's done, it's time to put my rack full of cheese in. You just want to place this down in there. Right up at the top here. And then seal the lid on. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the cold smoke feature. It's a hot and smoke button here. It's on hot. There goes cold. Now I want to set my time for 10 minutes. Alright, and then hit start. Okay, there we go. Now this here will start to heat up that wood and it'll start to smoke. And when it starts smoking, the timer will start counting down. Alright, this started smoking and my timer's counting down. And when it's done, we'll get that cheese out and I'll let you see how it looks. Alright, my 10 minutes are up and my cheese is done. Now this will put a slight smoke smell in your kitchen. You can put it on the stove and run the hood, your exhaust fan. That'll help. But I kind of like the smoke smell, and that'll evaporate away, or rather dissipate away, clear out within an hour or two. So let's go ahead and get this cheese out. And as you can see, there's smoke in there. Alright, there's my cheese. It's perfectly smoked. Now a couple of pieces that were close to the little heating element melted a little bit, but they'll still taste as good. And what I do is I load these into a plastic sandwich bag, a few sandwich bags, and I'll put these in the fridge for an hour or two before I eat them. That way they'll firm up, get nice and firm. And one thing you want to do is those wood chips in there, you don't want to dump them straight in the trash because they're still burning. Let them sit aside to burn out and cool off. You don't want to catch your kitchen on fire. Alright, there you have it. Smoked cheese in a pressure smoker. Give this a try. I think you'll like it. And until next time, I'll see ya.